That is the truth. You will not hear it. The cure to the common cold was found a long time ago. How to prevent it forever is known. The discovery of how to heal yourself of every single illness is known now. It is no longer a mystery. All the tools become available. How do you find out the tools?
The best day ever.
TheBestDayEver.com is a good way. But just apply yourself. Just go, I want to know, okay, I'm looking, I'm going to find something. Just apply yourself and you will find the tools. They're out there. Okay, in the back, you haven't asked a question yet.
I attended a lecture here and they talked about in water, in spring water, there's all these non-absorbable minerals. So what do you think about that? And that's why you should still
Well water contains non-absorbable minerals, builds up calcium and iron. But spring water is actually naturally levitated up, so it's naturally dropped all its minerals. For example, the spring at my house is 10 to 18 parts per million total dissolved solids. Distilled water is 1 part per million, just to give you an idea. So real spring water, not well water, but not artesian spring water either, which is really just a fancy name for well water. That's artesian water is well water. Real spring water has actually naturally levitated itself up to the upper mountain zones and then begins to then come back down. And in that levitation process, it has lost all its heavy minerals, or its total dissolved solid count.
So what commercial product do you recommend?
Probably Iceland water. If you really had to, if you had to nail me down to a bottle of water, Iceland water. It's the only water that I think really has the piranha in it. And actually, the guy who runs that operation is a raw foodist in Iceland. Yeah. So that's the answer you wanted. Okay. Absolutely. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Which one's Carla there? That's you.
I've already promised the other two to be.
Okay. Here's the deal. This is the book right here. This is the book that Random House is going to take. If I might do 1,000 of these, another run before Random House takes it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. But keep an eye out for it. You'll get a little email about it. And congratulations, Carla. You got it. Awesome. Yay. Here's another deal. Goji Girl is going to. I think you've already passed around a sign-up sheet. If you want to get the SITS program, it's a free 17-page document that basically talks about calcification diseases. And like psoriasis, like almost anything you can name is a calcification disease. And from that, you can then piece together a strategy for yourself of what works. I met a woman the other weekend. She's an old friend of mine, and she's been on thebestdayever.com, and she got on the SITS program, and she's just doing it at the most basic level possible because that's what she understands right now. That's what I'd recommend for you. Just do what you understand, what makes sense. If you look at like a root, like blue pleurum root, you don't know what the hell it is, don't do it, don't think about it, don't even worry about it.
If you guys want to, you can return all of your signed yellow pages to me, and that'll get you on the email list for thebestdayever.com. And we'll also send you a free special gift as well. So if you sign up today, and if you want to get it immediately, we have the white forms to get your contact information, and we have a discounted price. So you can come to me and give those to me on your way out.
Okay, now hey, I want to mention something here. The on that little form that Rob Ballerina has passed around, we're doing a deal on thebestdayever.com. It's normally $29.95. It's $19.95. Now that will get you access to 5 gigabytes of lectures. You know how many that is? That's well over 100 on any subject you want. Interviews, over 1,400 answered questions on audio, and we're transcribing them all so it'll all be written down. I mean, that site is 5 years, imagine. Of every lecture I've given over 5 years, all the best ones, boom, have been put up on that site. Some of you have been on that site. You tell me. What do you think?
Yeah, what if you're already a member, though?
What if you're already a member? Something I can do for you. I guess I'll give you a handshake and a hug. Maybe I'll sign a book. Hey, thanks for the support, by the way. If you have been a member, because that site keeps a lot of dreams alive out there. Because some people, they're on the internet one night, they kind of just, when they're dealing with whatever, leukemia, they track into that site, they get on the site, they start listening to whatever. This one guy, listen to this, liver disease, his doctor said, you got weeks to live, gave up, the whole thing, everybody gave up. He was listening to me one night on Coast to Coast AM, Art Bell, anybody ever listen to that? Gets on the internet, punches up The Best Day Ever, becomes a member, in 2 years completely healed himself. Completely rejuvenated himself, and I met him going into an event I was walking in, he was walking in, and I'm like, hey, how'd you get here? And then he tells me the story. He went back a month before I had met him to his doctor to have his liver examined. Turns out that his liver was better than his doctor's liver in 2 years, given the death sentence. But see, the thing is with live food and superfoods, this is common. It's happening all the time. Amazing stories like this. I'm so far in, it's like 100 pounds of weight loss. You go to the media and say, hey, this dude lost 100 pounds. They can't believe it. They think he had to be on some kind of restrictive, low-calorie diet and tough willpower and all that. None of that's true.
And our organs regenerate themselves.
If the quantum theory is true, then we remake ourselves once completely every 7 years and usually every few months, most of ourselves. If we're eating completely new and literally the best foods ever for years and years of time, then we get remade completely and totally out of the right stuff.
People also will send you $100 transcript. Yeah, on the and then they'll send you more.
Yeah, people are so busy dying that they have no idea about living. That's why they say that. It's hard to crack that perception because they're so. How do you tell somebody about here's heaven over here, and I'm experiencing heaven, and I used to be there, and I don't want to experience that anymore. Now, not to say heaven's better than that, but definitely it's been better inside my body. And how do you get someone to come over? It's hard. It's challenging. All right. Hey, by the way.
He's really good.
Quick mention here, you all got a copy of this. Sunday night, tomorrow night at Cush Lounge in Manhattan, Christie Street, 191 Christie Street. We're doing a fundraiser for our non-profit organization. Any fans of sunfood.com here, rawfood.com? Okay. Through your support, we've been basically the last 5 years been running a non-profit organization that plants fruit trees around the world at elementary schools, Native American reservations, drug rehab centers, and animal shelters where they save rescued animals from laboratories. Those 4 projects. We now got an international hunger relief effort going on in India where we're planting fruit trees in a place where the people are starving. And we dug the well, so we're bringing well water up and watering the fruit trees with it. And now they're getting trees going in that desert. Finally, we're going to get to eat, literally saving people's lives. And in Kenya, our annual Fruit Tree Foundation fundraiser is in Manhattan every year and is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Free chocolate. It's a $40 suggested donation. That goes 100% into the Fruit Tree Planting Foundation. And you get for that as much chocolate as you can possibly eat or until it's all gone. And let me tell you, this young ballerina over here literally came in today with how many pounds of chocolate?
125 pounds in my luggage.
125 pounds of chocolate just in her luggage that was donated for the event, let alone all the other stuff that's been donated for the event. So it's a serious raw chocolate party. Best one ever. That's the flyer. Anybody get this flyer? I'm going to give this out to you guys. Okay. Thank you. Right on. Anything else? One last question, and then I want to make sure that you thank, I'll be up here if you want to come talk to me. I want to make sure that you thank Fabian and his crew right here for putting it together. Question over here.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I would do it instead of, I would literally just replace all the protein products just with superfoods. Make sure you have enough vegetable juice to keep yourself alkaline. As your filler food, that's when you come in here and you get like a huge wrap with like avocado, guacamole in it. Because, you know, we need some filler. Does anyone ever notice when you get on live food, there comes that point where it's like, where's the beef? Okay, that's the filler time. And then what do you use? You use guacamole. You can use well-made salads, well-designed salads with some nuts and seeds in them, so you get some bulk in there. You can use blended soups. Like somebody mentioned a blended salad earlier. That kind of a thing. Blended soup. So you make like a blended salad. You take avocado. If you have the Sun Food diet, there's a recipe in there called Sequoia's Calcium Soup. Just play with that recipe and you just make a big blender full of food. You'll be surprised. You'll have so much food that you won't even be able to eat probably 1/5 of what you were eating when you were doing bodybuilding before. And you'll get more. Good question.